I am Ruth Batton, and I am a domestic violence survivor. In my journey, in order to come to completion of it, I wrote a spoken word. And with this spoken word, I had hopes of enlightening those that are at the end of that phone call when a victim calls in order for them to have a better understanding of what that woman has gone through and the courage it took for her to call so that she will be welcomed with love and compassion. For that woman that makes that call to know that you are worthy and you deserve better. And for those that are still in, there is help out there for you. Pick up the phone. You have a better life waiting for you. So sit back and relax as I take you on the journey of a victim of domestic violence, now survivor. This piece is entitled My Story, Her Story, His Story. My story, her story, his story. This story starts out beautiful, and this story has a beautiful ending. It's in the middle. It's in the middle where things get cloudy. It's in the middle where things change. Yes, things change. My story, her story, his story. New town, new house, great job, fresh start. Her story. She was running from something, but ran into something else. She was broken way before she met him. Molested, raped, devalued, low esteem, no esteem, way before him. She had learned to wear a mask, the I'm okay mask, that I've got it all together mask, and the I'm just fine mask. But then she met him. He saw behind her mask. He saw her insecurities behind her I'm secure mask. He saw the brokenness behind the I got it all together mask. Yes, he saw. He saw. So he became her knight in shining armor. He became that protector that she always wanted. He became her rock. He became, yes, he became her everything. He became her everything, so she didn't notice the change. She didn't notice the change from that night to her warden. My story, her story. That first slap, black eye, cracked tooth, busted lip. Why? Because her blouse wasn't buttoned up high enough, showing a little cleavage, putting her in danger of those predators out there. He was protecting her. Yes, protecting her. He didn't mean to hurt her. She just wouldn't shut up. She just kept explaining and explaining. He falls to his knees crying. I'm sorry, I never do it again. Please forgive me. I love you. She didn't know. She didn't know she had just entered that cycle of violence, abuse, the honeymoon stage. Oh, the honeymoon stage was so great that she overlooks. She refuses to see. She can't see. It's cloudy. My story, her story, his story. She becomes the master of cover ups. She covers up her wounds. She covers up her hopelessness. She covers up his story. His story of why he is the way he is. Well, he had no father. His mother's boyfriends beat her. No one ever loved him like this. He had no example of what a real relationship looked like. Poor him. Poor him. She feels sorry for him. She stays. My story, her story, his story. She stays through more broken jaws, more black eyes, being strangled, busted lips. She stays. How can she make it? Who will love her now? If she leaves her everything, she will become nothing. My story, her story, his story. So she changed. She changes how she dresses. She changes how she talks. She no longer gives eye contact. He considers that flirting. She changes. She changes so much that she no longer recognizes herself in the mirror. Who is that? Who is she? She has been beaten beyond recognition. She's been on death rise with threats of killing them both. She's been shot at. She's seen death so much and so often that now she embraces death. Then she will be free, she thinks. My story, her story, his story. She finally wakes up out of that fog of disillusionment. She's got to go. She got to go find herself. Yes, she's attempted to leave many times before. He always finds her. He calls the shelters, threatens to kill everyone in the place if they don't put her out. Politely, they tell her she has to leave. So, back, trapped, trapped. My story, her story, his story. She's going to get out of this, even if she has to die trying. She's heard the stories of those women who didn't make it out. Murdered, killed. She thinks, at least she's free. Crazy, right? My story, her story. She prays, she trusts, she believes. She's got to try again. She changes her name this time. She crosses state lines. They help her at that shelter. They send her home, but not in the pine box that he had promised her. My story, her story. She finds a safe place. She finds help. The Center of Community Solutions, they give her shelter and resources. The Family Justice Center, and they give her applications to the YWCA Passages Program. The director of the Y recommends her to attend a program called Leap to Success, Leap to Confidence. She wasn't successful. She didn't have any confidence. And she thinks, a program? She didn't need a program. She needed a job. She needed a home. But she goes. But there she finds her voice. She finds her self-worth. She finds herself. My story. She now helps other women who are just like she was. She speaks her truth and is an example to other women. You can make it. There's help out there. You can recover and go on to do great things. She's now an instructor for Leap to Success, Leap to Confidence, which has empowered over 2,000 women just like her. She now knows the power of women empowering women. Today, she knows, she shows, and she grows. My story is her story. And today, it's history.